Hi, it's April Capil back with the Possible Diet. Tonight I'm going to show you how to make spaghetti squash. Spaghetti squash is a great substitute for pasta in pretty much any dish. It's also really comforting, so if you're craving something like just buttered noodles, having buttered spaghetti squash is, the same fat calories but way less carbs, and I find it to be equally comforting. Sometimes I'll just have cooked spaghetti squash with a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream, a tablespoon of butter, and a tablespoon of Parmesan cheese, and a little lemon pepper and garlic salt, and it's super satisfying and really low carb. So spaghetti squash, the way that you cook it is, it looks like this. Imagine two of these. Get a fork. Well, first get a spoon, scrape the inside out. All of the inside you should scrape out. Then get a fork, prick it all over. I realized that I've been cooking spaghetti squash wrong my whole life, which is why I thought it was gross, but now that I know how to cook it, I actually really love it. I only eat pasta on special occasions, really. But yeah, so just poke it all inside and out. You can do this with a knife, but I wouldn't suggest holding it in your hand. You can endanger yourself that way. So, if you find that your fork is just doesn't have to go all the way through, you just have to make some holes. I find that when I don't poke it like this, it just doesn't cook as nice. I don't know if it lets the steam out or what, but I poke it inside and out, put it cut side down. I cook it in my toaster oven. You can cook it in a regular oven. It's 350 degrees for 45 to 55 minutes. Okay, so once your spaghetti squash is baked, it will look like this. It'll have these stringies like this, and all you do is scrape them into a bowl like this. And if you do this while the spaghetti squash, I like to let the spaghetti squash cool for about like 10 to 15 minutes so that you can hold it with your hand. It's too hot to take right out of the oven, and even now it's pretty hot, but I can manage it. But if you do it while it's still kind of a little bit steamy, that's the perfect time to add your butter and Parmesan. And if you don't have heavy cream, try Greek yogurt. It's a little tangy, but you might appreciate it. And then you can add lemon pepper, garlic salt, any seasonings. You can use it just like this. You can make patties out of it. I use this as a base for kind of like this pizza casserole. I'll put spaghetti squash down in a tray and then just put a little bit of pizza sauce on top of it, and then cheese, like low-fat mozzarella, part skim mozzarella cheese, and then pepperoni on that, and it tastes like pizza. I mean, I'm not trying to make a crust out of it, because when I want pizza, what I really want is the pepperoni and the cheese and the sauce. It's not a substitute for pizza, so it's not going to taste like it. But it is a great substitute for noodles. If you want something that's kind of like creamy and comforting and filling, and it has so much less carbs than pasta, and it's so much better for you nutritionally. So once you kind of get like as much as you can get out of it, your spaghetti squash will look like that, and you'll have a whole bowl of like pseudo noodles. I like spaghetti squash mostly for Italian dishes. You could use it for something like a curry or pad thai, but it's best hot. Zucchini noodles are probably better for something like a peanut noodle dish, because they're thicker and they have a little bit more heft. But when it comes to butter and cheese and sauce, like, I love spaghetti squash. So enjoy, and keep it low carb. Thanks.